Considering the ethics of care framework for this case study, it really makes me stop and think about who benefits the most from the decisions I make. And I have to ask, what long-term implications are there from the decisions I make? Does the removal of the posters potentially, limit exposure to our 7th and 8th grade students who already there's an issue in the school with teenage pregnancy, and these posters, provide facts about abstinence and safe sex practices? Does the content exposure for these 5th and 6th graders, is it not age appropriate for them and expose them to concepts they're not developmentally prepared to handle? So I also have to ask myself, though, where my loyalties are. Are they to these students? Am I building trust with these parents of these 5th and 6th grade students? Am I building trust with my teachers that when they've been approved for a project such as this, but then they are potentially being reprimanded or told they can't do it after they were already approved for this? So, how do I build trust with those teachers if I'm going to, switch decisions on them once one parent or a few parents complain? Considering this ethics of care really makes me stop and think about, who is impacted and how do we build that trust with the parents, with the students, with the teachers, even when we have to make tough decisions. So the steps I would take is to ask myself those questions and take into consideration who has benefited the most by the project, who has the most detrimental long-term impact by either leaving the posters in the hallway or removing them from the hallway. And then how do we establish that trust, and where do my loyalties lie when I'm making those decisions? For me, I would look for a bridge over that barrier to help establish the trust of the community and potentially remove the posters from the hallway, but not from the curriculum. So the students may be able to do the project for those 7th and 8th graders, maybe even find a different way to for them to present their projects to each other, maybe in 7th, 8th grade forums, something like that, but not take it from the curriculum because it is important for them to learn it, but not necessarily display it for those 5th and 6th graders whom the being exposed to that content at such a young age could be more detrimental.